Well, regulators have spoken. The SEC has spoken. Bill Hinman made a speech, I think it was in mid-2018. It was disclosed that I think 18 of his colleagues at the SEC worked on the speech with him. So the SEC actually spoke. It's really a foregone conclusion at this point. There may be a regulator or two in the United States that can't bring himself to utter the fact that Ether is not a security, but I don't know why that's the case, and ultimately that just doesn't matter.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology, and I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust. And we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar because
when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly up and also stock slightly up. Remember, guys, I told you, since we were taking a big hit during the week, it wouldn't be bad on Friday. And remember, on the weekend, we're the only game in town. Now, we have a crypto whale transfers $1.3 billion to Coinbase. And there's definitely going to be more selling pressure as the months go on. Now, we have Consensus files lawsuit against the SEC and commissioners over Ethereum. And I went over this last night, guys. I told you the Ethereum movie was coming. We clearly have a government agency, the CFTC, has clearly stated Ethereum is a commodity. And we all can clearly see that because we see the use cases and we have corporations right now using it, showing the utility. But in order for Ethereum and these other digital assets to rise, we know these small and medium-sized banks have to be taken down. I brought you the FDIC video. They've been playing this for over 10 years. It's right out of their mouth. And then, guys, we have Stripe. I went over this yesterday. Brings back crypto payments with USDC. And we know USDC is not crypto, but it's going to be using Solana Ethereum blockchain once again, showing the utility. So, guys, we know as the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. Remember, this is a plan. It moves in phases. It may look slow, but then all of a sudden they start speeding things up. And we know we just need that one crisis for them to implement all of it. But for right now, they're going to integrate slowly, one thing at a time. And we can clearly see it on a daily basis. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are being pushed down, and we know they should be skyrocketing after we got GDP numbers, guys. This is totally ridiculous. And we have the dollar slightly up. We have volume in crypto right now slightly down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, guys, of course, we have the Fed. Repo at $443 billion. Make sure you're paying attention to the repos. And then also, guys, these auctions. And we have another inflation number coming in hot, PCE. And then, guys, you look at the GDP numbers. With this type of debt, we know the United States can't even afford 1% interest. Nevertheless, 5%. You're talking about $1 trillion just to service the debt. And that's just in the United States. We're not even talking about the global debt. And we're seeing so many cracks in the economy, not just in the U.S., globally. But remember, guys, this is for a reason. We are in a fragmented world. They have to break up this whole economy in order for the digital economy to rise. And speaking of digital economy, we have Franklin Templeton upgrades 380 million tokenized treasury funds to enable peer-to-peer transfers. And this is a United States government money fund. And they're using Benji token for interoperability, making it a whole lot easier. And we know Franklin Templeton is using Stellar's blockchain. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale all down. And we have Fidelity spot Bitcoin ETF records outflows for the first time. And guys, we know it's coming. Bitcoin ETFs had a lot of media attention, and we know the institutions were flooding these ETFs. But as yield rates get higher, and then also, guys, the Fed shrinking liquidity, every asset is going to take a hit. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the US SEC expected to deny spot Ethereum ETFs next month. And again, guys, that Ethereum movie is coming. Just sit back, get your popcorn, and let it play out. We know those Ethereum spot ETFs are coming, but they have to bring the drama. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have Avail data availability integrated by Ethereum Layer 2s, Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon, Starkware, and ZK Sync. And we know everyone doesn't want their data available. That's the reason why you can opt in or opt out. And then lastly, guys, we have Pantera acquires additional discounted Solana tokens in FTX bankruptcy auction. And again, guys, you can't make this stuff up. And we know Mike Novogratz, Galaxy Digital, is in charge of the FTX fund. And the only thing they're doing is handing this money over to the same NWO hands, which is Pantera Capital. It's unbelievable the stuff that they get away with. And on top of it, they're getting it at a heavily discounted price when Bitcoin and crypto is at its highest. It's unbelievable. But remember, as the sheep sleep, the NWO can get away with anything they want. And just don't forget, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate. Not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.